Welcome back, everybody. We are going to switch things up on this video. We did a lot on PPP today, the PPP loans, but the most requested one I had next to do an email blast, which I normally do actually before I do these videos in this video, is unemployment. So I'm going to gear this in two ways. First, for the people applying for it, and then some advice on small business owners as they make decisions knowing some employees may not want to come back right away because of this. First of all, the first question everybody asks, is it true that you're getting an extra $600 per week from the federal government on unemployment? And that is yes. So let's talk about how this is going to work. You're going to get your state allotment, and that average, let's say, is about $350 a week. That's about right. Then you're going to get an additional $600 on top of that. So that's $950 every week from unemployment. For a lot of people, that's more money than they make normally from their job. So a couple things to think about. That's only going to run through right now. There's only funding for that extra $600 through July 31st of 2020. So it's about 4 months from March 29th to July 31. And depending on when you apply, if your application goes back to March 29th, you will get a catch-up check for the weeks they didn't have the funds, because the $600 is just starting to roll out, and for a number of weeks that wasn't available. So they do catch that check up. All right, people, here we go. Unemployment is taxable. That means next year, when you file your 2020 return, you'll have to report this as income. If you're not having taxes withheld, which I get why some people would not want to do this because they're worried about having as much money as they can to buy groceries and all the important things. But if you're not withholding taxes, you're going to get surprised with a tax bill next year. This is a big part of my practice, helping people with tax issues. I just want to make sure that nobody misses out on the fact that this tax bill will be coming and you'll need to deal with it next year. I will be doing a future video, just some advice on these kind of balances and how to handle your taxes from the federal side, just so you know that's coming. If you're a part-time employee, you can apply for unemployment. That's new as part of the CARES Act. If you're an independent contractor or a gig worker, you can also apply, which is also new as part of the CARES Act, when they finish setting this up. So there's the downside with that, is that was not an existing program, and the state unemployment offices and the federal government have to write this and figure this out and how they're going to administer it. So as of yesterday, when I checked in the state of Virginia Unemployment Commission, I did not see that set up yet. So that has not started. Should be coming some point in the future, but we do not have an ETA on that. Other person who may be surprised that they cannot qualify are recent college graduates. And that's because unemployment is a calculation of your recent work history. You have a minimum amount of time you have to work to qualify to ask for unemployment. And if you've been a full-time student the last few years in college and now we're looking for a job, you're technically not going to qualify for unemployment yet. Maybe you had a part-time job and you can try it that way. But I just hated to share that's going to be a surprise for some people. Business owners who get W-2s, these are S-Corp business owners or C-Corp business owners who get a W-2 paycheck, can apply for unemployment because they did get a W-2. So this is where taking a sufficient, reasonable salary helps you, because some people really try to minimize those checks. As an S-Corp, for example, well, they're going to find that their unemployment is a lot lower than they could have if they had taken a larger check along the way. And just one last note, for claims. The second week of March, there was 280,000 claims for unemployment. That's just a normal window week for the country. It has jumped to a weekly average the last 4 weeks now of over 5 million people unemployed. That's where you're starting to hear some numbers that there are 22 million people now unemployed. It's an astronomical number. From an average of 5 million from 280,000, that's over a 1,700% increase in unemployment. We're living in incredibly unprecedented times, and we're just all doing our best to share information when we can. And I really do appreciate all the feedback we're getting on the videos. Please check out localtogetherstronger.com, because together we are stronger. And please support your local small business. Thanks, everybody. Take care and be safe.